Europa League Jagiellonia Bialystok vs Ajax, prediction, team news, lineups preview. Following their dramatic penalty shootout exploits in the previous round, Ajax play the first leg of their Europa League playoff on Thursday, when Jagiellonia Bialystok welcomed the Dutch club to Poland. It took some 34 penalties to decide Ajax's third-round qualifying tie with Panathinaikos, while Jagiellonia were sent packing from the Champions League by Bodo/Glimt. Match preview. Setting a new UEFA record, Ajax finally prevailed following a marathon 25-minute-long shootout to see off Panathinaikos last week, after they had let victory slip through their grasp at the very end of the second leg. Having won 1-0 in Athens thanks to a Steven Berghuis strike, the Eredivisie side were in pole position to progress 1 week later, but they only did so by the very skin of their teeth. Nonetheless, that outcome continued a fine start to life under new coach Francesco Farioli, who arrived from Nice after the Dutch Giants' dismal 2023-24 campaign. The Italian has been tasked with rebuilding after Ajax relied on a late revival to finish just fifth in the final league table, no fewer than 35 points behind champions PSV Eindhoven. Including a 4-1 aggregate defeat of Vojvodina in the second qualifying round, they started a new season with 4 straight wins for the first time in 22 years, but following their second leg loss to Panathinaikos. Farioli's side also stumbled at the weekend. Conceding a late goal in Breda, Ajax were beaten 2-1 by NAC last time out, so they will be keen to get back on track by putting one foot in the newly expanded Europa League group stage. Last term, they finished a distant third in Group B and then fell into the Europa Conference League, where Aston Villa ultimately knocked them out in the last 16. This year, they will expect to fare better. While Ajax rather fortunately edged past Bodo/Glimt in UEFA's third-tier tournament last season, Jagiellonia Bialystok enjoyed no such luck against the club from northern Norway last week. Jaga lost the team's Champions League qualifier 5-1 on aggregate after a 4-1 away defeat in the second leg, having previously cruised past Panevėžys of Lithuania in the second round. Crowned Ekstraklasa champions for the first time in their history last season, they had started their title defense in impressive fashion up until last weekend, posting 3 wins from 3. However, Adrian Siemieniek's side have now suffered 3 straight losses in all competitions, following their Champions League exit with a 4-2 home defeat to Cracovia in the league. That setback sends Jagiellonia into such a high-stakes tie on a low, although even if they cannot overcome Ajax, a consolation place in the Conference League would await. Team news. Brian Brobby was back in the Ajax lineup last weekend, but ex-Arsenal striker Chuba Akpom has generally started this season and should reclaim his place on Thursday. Steven Berghuis. Carlos Forbes and Steven Bergwijn head the queue to support him, but Bertrand Traoré or Mika Götze cannot be discounted either. Francesco Farioli will again turn to veteran goalkeeper Remco Pavir between the posts. After the 40-year-old saved 5 penalties and scored one of his own in the incredible shootout win over Panathinaikos. While Jordan Henderson will captain the away side, Taras Romanchuk skippers Jagiellonia Bialystok. And the two should lock horns in central midfield. Jesus Imaz has led the way for Jaga in European qualifying with 3 goals so far, and the Spanish striker is set to join Afimiko Pulialu up front. Midfielder Damian Wojciechowski misses out through long-term injury, but the hosts' main men will all be available. Jagiellonia Bialystok possible starting lineup: Abramovich, Sasek, Skrzsak, Diegas, Moutinho, Marksuk, Nene, Romanchuk, Hansen, Imaz, Pulialu. Ajax possible starting lineup: Pavir, Wrench, Sudalo, Bass, Hato, Taylor, Henderson, Fitzjim. Berghuis, Akpom, Forbes. We say, Jagiellonia Bialystok 1-1 Ajax. The Polish champions may have faltered over the past few days, but they are more than capable of competing with an Ajax side still searching for its identity. Given defensive frailties on both sides, a score draw could be on the cards this week, setting up an intriguing return in Amsterdam, Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.